The day after the meeting that I had with my boss, I was around 11.
You got mentioned.
Fighting thing.
Because she has to review the entire tape.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the October 21st, 2008 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, all 5 selectmen are present, and the interim town administrator, Mr. Sanjana, is with us as well.
Okay, the first thing we have on the agenda tonight is citizens' participation. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board? Ma'am? Please introduce yourself.
My name is Marilyn Connors Donahue, and I'm the driving force between the Save Our Library signs. I'm here to clear up some confusion that resulted from last week's Selectmen meeting. First, I'd like to thank Selectman Donahue for your contribution, but I'm a little concerned that you didn't use the program that we've set up. Our paddle-thon is a private fundraiser by private citizens and run by volunteers. All contributions are going to support the Wareham Free Library. We asked the Friends of the Library if they'd accept those contributions. They are a non-profit corporation, and donations are tax deductible, and I think that's important to people to know that. Information about the paddle-thon can be found at our website if anyone has any confusion on that. And I'm also disturbed by a suggestion that was, I think, in the Standard Times, that this was politically motivated. No one who has spoken to me has heard me say that the Board of Selectmen are at fault. We are all in a desperate financial situation in this economy, the town, the state, the country. What I think is lacking is an understanding of how desperately we need a fully functioning and certified library. And I know how busy you all are, and I know there's a lot of other problems that need to be solved in this town. But I urge you to walk across the street and see who in this community is using our library. I think you'll be surprised, because I have been. I've spent the last 3 weeks researching and talking to people and spending time at the library, and I'm amazed at what goes on over there. And judging from the response that I've received, I expect there'll be quite a turnout at town meeting next week. Average citizens who want to voice their support of this cause and exercise their democratic rights. Nobody benefits from a long, drawn-out fight on town meeting floor. So I have a suggestion, or a challenge for you. No other towns in this Commonwealth are sacrificing their libraries without input from the community. We in Wareham can't sit down at the table and talk because of an ongoing legal situation that is costing this town too much money. We spend more on our legal bills than we do for our library, and that is a shame. I'm urging the Board of Selectmen to mediate the lawsuit with the library trustees. I would hope that the other side would agree as well. The only ones benefiting from this lawsuit are the lawyers with billable hours, not the community. I have referrals with me from the Mass Association of Trial Attorneys for some outstanding mediators, which I would be happy to share with you. And I would suggest that we put this chapter behind us and work together to get through this difficult economic time. This is not the time to be divided. We need to work together to make our community a place that we can be proud of. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll let you get on with your business.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Mr. Slavin?
Good evening, Alan Slavin, 36 Oak Street. I'll be very quick. I noticed in the John's administration listings that the Tremont Nail Metal Building was listed. I happened to meet with John Cornish by accident at the Stop and Shop on Sunday, and he was a little concerned that he hadn't heard back on the, he knew he had got the bid but hadn't heard back. He was concerned time-wise because he mentioned that it's going to take him more than several weeks to clean that building out, and if we're not basically fairly quick getting this done with him, he may decide not to go ahead and rent the building. So we've already lost 1 year's worth of income because he was the winning person about a year ago. We decided not to go forward. So we've lost a year's worth of rental income, and we could lose again if we don't do something quickly.
Who decided not to go forward? I want to hear that.
I can't answer that exactly because
Exactly.
the current town administrator is not here.
Yeah.
And that was, that was that call at that time. It wasn't anything to do with the Tremont Nail Committee or anybody else. But all I'm saying is we have lost a year, and John was very straightforward. We happened to meet together, and we were just talking. He said he had won the bid, but hadn't heard anything. He was getting a little discouraged because of the time frame to clean it up. So if we're going to rent it to him, we need to do something quickly.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate it, because the economy's going south for him as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
Is there anyone else? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, would it be in order to just point out a few things based on what we just heard as far as the previous speaker? Would it be okay if I just made a brief statement? Or touch upon some of those points, because I don't think they should go unresponded to. Frankly, I agree with much of what was said, but I take issue with some of these things. 60 seconds.
Okay, that's fine.
As far as tax-deductible contributions are concerned, anybody who donates to a municipality is entitled to a tax-deductible contribution. A 501c3 is not the only form of charitable contribution. I list on my tax return every year all my mileage, all my phone calls, all of my contributions and donations that I make all year long as a selectman here, and those are all deducted as charitable contributions. So anybody can donate to the town for any specific purpose that they wish, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. If anybody wants to donate to the town for the benefit of the library, they can certainly donate to the clerk, to the treasurer, and that money will be held for that specific purpose. As far as this board or us as individual members being surprised by who's using the library, we live in this community. I've been to the library hundreds of times. I know exactly who's using it and who's not using it. And I know why I use it and for what purpose that other people use it. I am shocked to hear that we might be surprised by who's using our own library. We also know who's using our police services and our municipal maintenance services and our town government services and our inspectional services and our roads. We know very well who's using them. That's not the issue or the question here. The point is, as we all know, we are fiscally in a crisis. I don't believe that we should politicize any particular department. And the library is a department. It's one of our departments. It's no better or worse, no more special or less special than any other department in a budget system. And that's what we live with, both as citizens and as volunteers of this government. Our legal situation is just that. We didn't create it. We didn't sue anybody. This board is being sued. I think it's a frivolous claim, but it's not the reason that we are where we are fiscally or where we are with this library. The two are wholly different items and issues, and we're more than willing to talk to anybody anytime about anything, including the library. Litigation has nothing to do with it. Our free speech rights don't end at the door because somebody wants to sue us. We'll say anything and talk to anybody we want about anything.
Are you willing to mediate rather than pursue lawsuits?
Well, you'll have to take that up with their attorney, because I haven't heard anybody discuss with us that offer.
I'm reading it to you now.
Well, they haven't, ma'am,
All
and
right.
they're the ones
No,
that are suing
we're not
us.
going to
All right,
discuss
thank you,
that.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank
for your
you.
indulgence.
Okay. Announcements.
Oh, yep. Two announcements. And the first is that the next Board of Selectmen meeting is on a Monday evening at town meeting. This is the October the 27th, 6 p.m. at the high school cafeteria, and the Finance Committee usually meets there as well. And the second announcement is this Thursday evening at the VFW Post, the Onset Protective League will be hosting a preview of all town meeting warrant articles, and that is usually held at 7 p.m. And that's the announcements.
Okay. We have some meeting minutes.
We have two sets of meeting minutes.